Hey everyone, so now we will study representation of a vector. So, vector can be represented by two methods. First is pictorially and the second is mathematically. For representation, we have to do two tasks. First, we have to show the magnitude of the vector, and secondly, we have to show the direction of the vector. So first, pictorially, a vector can be represented by an arrow, where the length of arrow will represent the magnitude of the vector, while the direction of the arrow will represent the direction of the vector. So now let's take an illustration. So for example, a car travels at 10 meters per second in direction 30 degrees east of north. Draw vector of car's velocity. So, in this question we are given with two information that the magnitude of the vector is 10 meter per second and where the direction is 30 degree east of north. What is this? Let's figure it out. So, from basic direction we know that this is north, south, east, west. So in the question it is given 30 degree east of north. So let's make a graph. And from here we have to do scaling, that we can represent 1 unit equals to 2 meter per second. And now we will draw a vector. Let's say it's this. Not going with the angle yet. Let's say, and we will write this vector as 5 units. Why? Because the scale is 1 unit is equals to 2 meter per second. And here 5 units will represent 10 meter per second. That is the magnitude. And what is this? 30 degrees east of north. So we know that this is north, this is east, say 30 degree east of north. So we have to go 30 degree east from the north. This is the north, this is the east. We have to go 30 degree towards east from the north. And this is the vector. We represented it pictorially. So now let's talk about mathematical representation. Mathematically, we can represent a vector through this formula. So, what is this? We represent a vector like, let's say it is a vector A. We represent a vector by this arrow. So, a vector is equals to A angle theta. What is this? Here where A is the magnitude of the vector, while the theta is the angle between what? Of course, the vector and the x-axis. And particularly it is measured anti-clockwise, as anti-clockwise is always positive. If the theta is clockwise, then the magnitude or the vector will be negative. So now let's take an example. As in above illustration, we discussed about a vector which magnitude was 10 meter per second, A vector, let's say, and the theta here the angle was 30 degrees. So for this is the magnitude, and we know the magnitude. So let us solve it. So now we know that A is 10 meter per second. We will write 10 here. Then we have to find this angle. This is the theta, that is angle between the vector and the x-axis, the positive x-axis, and which is measured anti-clockwise. Yep. So this theta will be 90 minus 30, which is equals to 60 degrees. So here it will be 60 degrees, and here we can write a vector mathematically like this. Thank you for watching, and I will upload the notes of all this thing in my short video, and I will put the link of that video in the description box. You can check it out.